Huge report as the Hornets are deep into free agency with some big moves for some serious names that keep coming up. The Hornets are assembling an arsenal that will propel the franchise into the upper tier of the NBA, and it will happen soon. Today, we take a look into free agent prospects for the Hornets as players keep on moving around and around. Welcome to Hornets Digest. I'm Jeff Testanero. Our records show that over half of you who are watching are not subscribing. Let's go. I invite all of you to like, comment, smash that subscribe button for everything Charlotte Hornets and all the goings on inside and around Buzz City. Free agency, always a fun time of year. Always looking for what can the teams pick up, what can the teams add to, and the Hornets have some spots that do need some upgrading. I don't know if I would call it upgrading since the Hornets traded LaMelo Ball. I don't know about you. I am kind of ready to move on from it. However, in the history of the franchise, there has possibly never been a more gifted playmaker before. So this trade will be mentioned for a long time, especially if it doesn't go in Charlotte's favor and he goes when he ends up in Minnesota and he kind of kicks some butt on the court. If it doesn't go in Charlotte's favor and things collapse, this trade will be picked apart forever. So how do the Hornets turn this in their favor? Well, they hope to gain some leverage during free agency. Before that, though, they drafted Christian Anderson, who averaged an astounding 11.4 assists per 100 possessions last year for Texas Tech. Very dynamic player, great facilitator of the ball, can really move the rock around well. He's certainly one of the best passers in the entire rookie class of the NBA. During the trade, they traded Ball to Minnesota for Naz Reid. Naz, former sixth man of the year, will do great down low. The Hornets do have some flexibility going into free agency, so there are some facilitators available for what the Hornets can spend. And this man's name has popped up. The main man so far is Russell Westbrook. Little over the hill. That's fine though. Russ can move the rock around better than as good or better than a lot of the young guys. Russ brings some negative spacing, but the Hornets have plenty of shooting to surround him. He's also probably the best passer on the market, and he's fairly cheap. He's fairly cheap. He doesn't have the same gravity that Ball did, but he's the closest in terms of passing creativity and quality. I remember Russ in his prime. Great player. If he ends up in Charlotte, he can lead this young team. He can get these guys. I really want Russ Westbrook in the Queen City. I would die if that would happen. I was a big Russell Westbrook fan back in the day. Would love to see that. Javon Carter. Javon Carter's out there. Backup guard. Hornets could do worse than Javon Carter. The West Virginia product averaged 5.3 assists per 100 possessions. Not super high, but it's still solid enough numbers for what would likely be the third guard in the rotation. Javon Carter, I wouldn't sneeze at that. I'd be kind of cool with that. I know you would be too there, peoples. There's also Tyus O'Neal. Tyus O'Neal was a Hornet for about 5 minutes. He stayed for maybe a C4. I would say a cup of coffee. Do they drink coffee anymore? I don't know. But he would have been a nice backup facilitator if he had stayed. Now he's a free agent, and he can come back to Charlotte again. Come on home to Charlotte, buddy. He averaged 7.3 assists per 100 possessions, and he's been a capable guard for about a decade now. This one would send me into a tizzy. I know it's not Gary Payton 1. I would just love this because I was a big fan of Gary Payton 1, especially his time in Seattle. What a great ball player he was. breaking the trend, Gary Payton 2 isn't a great facilitator. 4.1 assists per 100 possessions last year. It's not his dad, but who is, right? I think Gary Payton 2 would be okay here. Can we stop Gary Payton the second? Gary Payton the sequel. He's an excellent defender, though. I mean, this guy is really great on defense. For his career, he averages 3.1 steals per 100 possessions. So if the Hornets want to bring in a, bring in a backup stopper, maybe Gary's the guy. Plus, I would love to own a Payton Hornets jersey. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Gabe Vincent's assist numbers ticked up last year. There's Gabe Vincent available, which is perhaps the Hornets could capitalize on. The guard averaged 4.4 assists per 36 minutes compared to a career mark of 3.5 per 36. All right. He is trending. Gabe Vincent is trending in the right direction. Build on that. Much of this scraping the bottom of the barrel. The guards option are severely limited and free agent. The Hornets might be better off using the $40.7 million exception to trade for a facilitator at this point. Why I'm not the GM of the team or any professional team is I would sign Russell Westbrook immediately and kind of blow my cap space. I play the video games online. I play GM mode and I turn cap space off. But anyway, the Hornets do have options out there. Not a lot of great guards to choose from, especially at their cap value. But I do expect them to do something moderately big in free agency. So there's that. There's also this dude that's being talked about. I'd be happy with this one. Word is that the Hornets are also looking to bring in NBA champion Mitchell Robinson and have been talking about Mitchell Robinson for quite some time now. About a few weeks, I suppose. Bring him into Buzz City, and for one, I'm okay with that. I'm great with that. He's a very talented big man that will take pressure off players like Reid in the paint. Reid can focus on other things. Very, very physical center than what they're used to. The Charlotte Hornets are actively looking for a front court and center upgrade to complement Reid and Newpel, which would be awesome. Mr. 3-point man with a big man down low. Let's do it. League reports highlight the Hornets as a key destination alongside the Lakers, the Bulls, and the Raptors. Again, despite being cap-strapped, the Hornets need a much more physical big man down low than they already have, and the play-in game totally showed that. The problem I see is the Lakers are involved, and the Lakers have more money than a lot of professional teams in general. So with the Lakers involved, things might get a little hairy. Would love him in Charlotte. Would be a great fit in Charlotte. Robinson would be an amazing addition if brought over to Charlotte. And I, for one, am okay with that. Totally okay with that. If you haven't already, I need you to like, comment, subscribe. Get those numbers up. We got 5 subscribers in less than 24 hours running. I'm very excited about that. Not something to brag about, but it's great. Over 200 views for our video yesterday. Our second edition yesterday, which is awesome. So if all of you just click that subscribe button, things will go great. Things will trend in the right direction. Very excited to see free agency for the Charlotte Hornets. It's going to be an interesting time. Free agency is always a good time. NBA and NHL are going. So we got that. So if anything else comes down, I will jump on here and talk to you then. But till then, for Hornets Digest, I'm Jeff Testanero.